Hello again, everybody. This is Big Polly's World of Sports Sims channel, and today we present to you the grand return of the Grand Slam Wrestling match of the week. It is Danny Hodge against Hiro Matsuda. Week 1, year number 4, we kick off a brand new season. It's the Montreal circuit. And let me come on camera for a moment and say hello to you good people. This is kind of an awkward video to be doing because as I record this on December 27th, 2020, it is the day after Danny Hodge, in real life, has passed away. Passing away at the age of 88 was also the day that Luke Harper, I believe his real name was John Huber, and he had another name in AEW that is escaping me at the moment. He also passed away in his early 40s, 41 years of age, in fact. So we wish Godspeed to Mr. Hodge and Mr. Huber. And it's kind of an awkward moment to be. This is really going to be a tribute match to Mr. Hodge. But in GSW, he is the reigning World Junior Heavyweight Champion. So we were going to do this anyway, and then yesterday we got the news of the passing of Danny Hodge. So we'll get back to this and tell you about the changes that have taken place in the circuit for year number 4. We have 16 circuits now. I was going to do a promotion relegations setup for year 4, but I figured it would be a much funner idea just to do territories. Like this game, Wrestling Finest, started out as a board game. Correct me if I'm wrong, Tommy Vogel, if you're out there. But this started out as a board game, and then when the board game was in its fruition, you still had uh, somewhat of a territorial system in wrestling until the WWE, now which was then the WWF, hit the big time in 1984. So here are the rules. We do 16 circuits. We do 4 per week. We do the first 4, we do the second 4, the third 4, 4, 4. And there are no regional championships because that would just be a headache to do, not a heartache. Great song from 1978, by the way. Only the world, and we're going to have a new series of championships, the international championships. They will be one will be defended on each card at least. And we have introduced the international championships, the international singles title and the international tag team titles. What we did was I picked a headliner for each of the 16 promotions, and if the highest rated person that wasn't picked, that's who became the champion and the tag team champions. So we'll show you the circuits for year 4, and they are as followed. We're going to do the first circuit tonight because I'm doing the first card of the year. It has the biggest match on it this week. So we will tell you that it's Montreal, New York, Charlotte and Tampa, Detroit, Minneapolis, St. Louis, and Memphis, Houston, Los Angeles, Portland, Calgary, which I have misspelt wrong, and I hate it when I make errors and I don't catch them. So there you go. Tokyo, Mexico City, San Juan, and London round out the set of 16, and then every 4 weeks we do it again, and then on each 13th week we do a super card, and that will stay as normal. The roll call of champions as we begin year number 4 looks like this. Jerry the King Lawler, as you might remember from our last episode, is the world champion, but for how long? We'll see him next week against Jim Lundos. Danny Hodge is the junior heavyweight champ. Black Japan, a tag team of Great Muta and Masahiro Chono. They are baby faces in the game because this is based on their stats in Japan. They are the World Tag Team Champion title holders. Betty Nikolai out of St. Louis is the women's champ. The women's tag team champions are the Tokyo Sweethearts, Manami Toyota and Mima Shimoda. And the newly crowned or appointed international champions Dick Hutton and the Crusaders. So that gets us to our first match, To kick off year number 4, we have a new little backdrop for you, one of the LA Battle Royals. And this is in the Montreal circuit. We do 7 to 8 matches. This is another change. 7 to 8 matches per show. No more than 8, but most of the time it's going to be 7. So we had 6 other matches, and let's go through those before we get to our Junior Heavyweight Championship match. Bob Roop drew Mark Youngblood. They went 30 minutes, couldn't find a winner. And under the new rating system, Youngblood will pick up 4 points. It's kind of like an ELO system. You start off with 100, you gain points when you win, you lose points when you lose. You can't lose points for winning or tying or drawing, but you can't gain points for winning. Anything else is kind of based on a strength of schedule situation. Like, for instance, Mark Youngblood would have picked up 2 points for the draw, but because he was facing somebody 22 points better than him, he picked up an additional 2 points. He picks up 4 points, and Roop doesn't pick up anything. Kurt Hennig and Pitbull 2 went to a double countout. Pitbull 2 picked up 3 points, so he goes to 103. Goes from 100 to 103. You add 3 to the 100, he gets to 103. Carl Gotch, one of the great technical wrestlers of the 60s and 70s, he made a debut and won over Dr. Wagner Jr., who was a former World Junior Heavyweight champ, by disqualification. He picks up 4 points for that, and Wagner loses 4 points for the loss when Bob Roop interfered. I guess Roop wanted to have a busy evening. Hiro Matsuda and Chris Jericho. Matsuda pins Jericho in 15:35 with a 3/4 pin. Matsuda staying red hot for all the championships. Jericho, one of the things about this circuit is the new rules is that when you losing cleanly back in that era was a cue that you might be moving on to another territory. So we put Jericho in a free agent pool, and after everybody has had one card, we go through the lists, singles and tag teams that have lost by pin, and they are redrafted into other circuits. Jericho could wind up in Montreal again, but the odds on that are very slim. The Flying Scots and the Kalmakoffs were the tag team feature. And the Scots prevailed in 14:54 when the Kalmakoffs got a little heated at the referee. And the Scots pick up 2 points for the win because these two were in 6 points of each other in the ratings. So it's a normal 2-point pickup, and the Kalmakoffs will lose 2. The Undertaker won by disqualification over Cola Coriani. Coriani, we noted when the 2 or 3 weeks I was compiling the rankings and checking through the history of the GSW. Coriani wound up with 150, which had him tied for best amongst the non-champions with Lou Thesz and who else was it? Who else had 150 points? It was Lou Thesz, Cola Coriani, and somebody else who I can't think of at the moment, folks. I'm sorry, my mind's drawing a blank. The Undertaker picked up 6 points because there was a 42-point difference. So he picks up 2 for the DQ win and 4 more because of the 42-point gap. And Coriani will drop back in the ratings, losing 6 points. Trying to think who else was there. I can't really show you it now. Who was at 150? It might have been the Big Van Vader. No, Jim Lundos. It was Jim Lundos. We'll see Jim Lundos next week against Jerry Lawler from the Detroit circuit. That'll be our next match of the week. So this brings us to tonight's match for the World Junior Heavyweight Championship. And Inoki, of course, best known for his fight with Muhammad Ali, which was a real fight because they were supposed to have a worked finish, but couldn't agree upon anything. And let's ring the bell and get this match started. Danny Hodge, the favorite to beat Antonio Inoki. In the new ratings that I have set up, Hodge rates the highest at 160 and Inoki is at 149. So if Inoki even gets a double count out, he will be leading on top of the rankings. This is one fall, 60 minutes. Inoki has to win by pinfall or submission in order to win the championship. So we're underway. Inoki takes his eyes off of Hodge, seeing what the ruckus was going on at ringside in the Montreal circuit. A lot of strategy cards that will be used because Inoki has 7 and Hodge has 6. I set both these guys to computer. Quick pin off a body slam by Inoki, and the pin attempt fails. Body slam again by Inoki, so Hodge getting introduced to the mat for a few times. Inoki feels Hodge is not paying attention and presses his advantage, but was wrong in his assessment. So Hodge has control, legal choking. Remember, he's the champ, and he's got to, even though these two are playing to the crowd and are both baby faces, Hodge, being the champ, sometimes he's got to play the heavy. If you watch Danny Hodge's match with Jerry Briscoe that is on YouTube, that's what happens. The champ is always kind of the bad guy. And that's why the NWA champ always was a guy, most of the time, who could play the heavy and play the babyface as needed. Suplex attempt, nope, Inoki outmaneuvered him. Early damage is 23 off for Hodge and 4 off for Inoki. If you wanted to take a guess as to how I think the match will go, I think it'll be a 60-minute draw, but let's see. Inoki using arm holds outside the ring, a leg hold by Inoki. Disqualified Jack, possible DQ is stopped. Illegal knee by Antonio Inoki. 6 points lost, so Inoki is off to a good start here. No action. Legal elbow by Inoki. Inoki just setting the pace and setting the tone. Out of control loss back to Hodge, who has no action of his own. Back to Inoki. Illegal choking by Inoki. 6 more points off of Hodge. Inoki qualifies as a junior heavyweight because I think his weight was like around 223. 220 to 223 most of his career. And when I referenced his weight in Wikipedia, when I set up Inoki, yeah, he qualified for the junior heavyweight limit is 225. It was at one point 235, but I since reduced it to 235. Legal knee by Inoki. Inoki doing very well in the early going, especially hold top rope knee drop, but Hodge was better to that. Legal neck hold by Hodge, but it was countered by Inoki. A kick by Inoki scores. Stamina off 5. So it's minus 58 for Hodge and minus 4 for Inoki. Hodge 27 points away from hitting his next stamina level. He's at 27-26-1, so I think he's already lost the level. Legal arm hold by Inoki. 5 points off. Inoki won the Old Asian Championship last year. Hasn't won too many titles here in GSW. A legal throw by Inoki. It's now minus 68 to minus 4. Pin attempt on Hodge, or submission attempt on Hodge, and we'll just show you that, nope, that's not going to happen. Auto control loss. Back to Inoki. So Inoki, the better man. Side roll, no pin. Speed move by Hodge. No action. Disqualified check. Punches used by Inoki. And Hodge very close to losing his next stamina level. He's 5 points away. And a headlock, and sure enough, that's another stamina level down for Hodge. He's at 31-30-1 right now. And Inoki cutting off the blood flow on Hodge. He is off to a very good start. Legal whip to the ropes for Inoki. Hodge slips away and counters. Suplex attempt by Hodge, and Hodge gets it. That's the first real offensive move by Hodge in the match. Reduces Inoki's stamina by 10. We're nearing the 10-minute mark. Inoki, top rope knee drop, but again, countered by Hodge. Legal neck hold by Hodge. Disqualified check, a possible disqualification is stopped. And Inoki, speed moves by Hodge to try to wear Inoki down, no pin there. Speed move by Hodge, again wearing Inoki down. It's now minus 85 to minus 37. Hoping Inoki loses a stamina level. Auto control loss, legal whip to the ropes by Inoki, another 7 points lost by Hodge. No action, legal throw by Hodge. Inoki now 34 points away from losing his next stamina. level. Submission move by Hodge, countered by Inoki. Suplex attempt by Inoki, and he gets Hodge over. That's 10 more points off of Hodge. So it's going well for Inoki so far. Legal eye gouge countered. Inoki was known to shoot on some of his fellow competitors when they came in from other countries, like Bruno Sammartino and so forth, or Lufez. Was known to be a little sneaky. Legal arm hold by Hodge. See if Hodge could get something going here. So far, the pin attempts 1 by Hodge and 2 by Inoki. Legal forearm by Hodge, 6 points off for Inoki. He's 22 points away from losing a stamina level. Body press by Hodge, no pin. We're 14:45 into the match. We go 60. And if neither man can get a pin, it's a draw. And Hodge would retain the championship. Leg drop, nothing there. But that's 12 points more off of Inoki. Inoki almost about to lose a stamina level. And yep, a full body slam sends him there. Inoki is at 26-25 too. There is a roll of 40 on each count. And if the number is less than 26 or at 26, it goes to the next count. Then if it's less than 25, it goes to the third count. And a roll of 1 or 2 on a 40 would be the pin and be lights out. Body slam by Hodge. Body slam again by Hodge. Body slam again by Hodge. So 3 straight. Body slam, this time countered by Inoki. Inoki illegal knee. That was countered by Hodge. Right now the damage is at 102 for Hodge and 95 for Inoki. Nobody cut yet. Disqualified check stopped. Hodge going for a knee lift. And nothing there. We're 17-16 into the match now. Headlock. 6 points off. So Hodge has found his second win. Now a legal arm hold. He's been in control a little while now. Legal leg hold by Hodge. 6 more points. He's on a good run. And a pin hold countered by Inoki. Legal leg hold by Inoki. Hodge is now 62 points shy of losing another stamina level. Headbutt by Inoki fails. Suplex attempt by Hodge fails. Suplex attempt by Inoki succeeds, and that's 10 more points off. So a very close match right now. Hodge has kind of weathered the storm a little bit, the onslaught of the first 10 minutes. An arm hold by Hodge, and that is 6 points more off for Inoki. Hodge, a legal forearm, 6 more points off. Countered a speed move attempted by Hodge, so Inoki back in control. Body scissors, and you're not going to pin him here. Nope. Outside the ring action, arm hold, headlock by Inoki. Headlock by Hodge. Gets 6 points back, he lost 5. Front face lock. And a pin. A pin by Hodge out of nowhere. Danny Hodge has succeeded, turning back the challenge of Antonio Inoki. All of the wrestlers are going to find out that beating Danny Hodge for the World Junior Heavyweight title is going to be very tough proposition after seeing this remarkable win tonight. So Hodge, at 23 minutes and 12 seconds, has successfully defended his Junior Heavyweight title tonight against Antonio Inoki. Our next match of the week, we already know, it will be in the Detroit circuit, and it will be Jerry Lawler against Jim Lundos for the World's Heavyweight title. So I hope you enjoyed this very first match of year number 4. I enjoyed bringing it to you these last nearly 20 minutes or so. This has been Big Paulie coming to you. We wish you well, no matter where you are, no matter when you see this. Godspeed and God bless. We'll do it all again real soon, and bye-bye for now, everybody.